Hi guys, Charlie Tango 1 coming at you with another video. This is about a stove, and I have to stress my comments are all my own personal comments. It's up to you what you make of them. You might think different, which you're entitled to do. I've got no problems at all with that. Anyway, getting back to this stove, I bought this stove when they first started coming out on eBay. I think it was they came out on, and I can show you up closer later on. I've just filled the reservoir up with some meth, so I can't really move it about. I should have done it before. Anyway, it's got a nice heat shield. Now you've got two screws to hold that heat shield on, and there's a bar goes across here. It also screws through to hold the tank on as well, which I thought, yeah, that's pretty good. Right, now I tried to fire it up when I first got it, and I thought, my God almighty, what a mess. Right, now I'll just quickly explain how to go through it, the problems I found, because I did have a lot of problems with when I was going through this. I thought, God almighty. And the first thing was, when you get your finger on here doing this, you know, all the paint was lifting. You could see a gap between the paint and the metal, and it's all flaking off basically. I thought, that's terrible. Anyway, so because I had a load of flakes off, I thought, right, strip it down, take it down just to the tin, and it's a thicker metal actually. It's a nice sturdy metal. Anyway, I took some of these big flakes off that was, you know, you could see that they were separated from the metal. Took those off and I sent it away and had it bee blasted, because I didn't know of a bee blast around here other than, I think there was one in Essex, but I'm sure there's some closer than that. Anyway, that all done. When that came back, that's it. And there was rust underneath that paint as well. Anyway, well, it lifted all that out of the way. So I put hammerite paint on this now. It's got a nice thick coat on it. Dismantling it was pretty easy. Just you got two screws here, which hold the flame spreader etc. on, and you got two screws on the side here. There, that holds the primer bowl on and the valve. So that, having that come off, but to take that off, you've just got to undo this bolt to separate it from the tank. You leave this bit on the tank, just separate that, and that's it. It all comes off. Separate that, these two screws, and these two here, and that's it. It's away. There's nothing holding this tank from this point. Now, having said that, I think I paid £38, I think I paid for it, but they've gone up to over £60 now. But I don't know if they still have all the issues that I was having with this. You've got a screw in the middle of this flame spreader. That tightens up these little, there's about three different wavy plates there to spread the flame. It's a fairly silent, it doesn't roar, it's not like the old Optimus ones, you know. This knob comes off because you put it in there. If it was fixed on there, you'd get it busted. So now going on to the, let's turn it around a bit so you can see. Going on to this section here, the pump. Now, it's not the best idea of a return valve at the other end. Anyway, I managed to sort that one out. And at this end, when you take this off, you draw out the piston. There is a seal at the top of the piston to seal it to this thread, but what I found was there's no seal in that nut. So of course you just take this off, just take the pump, this twist handle off, take it off, that comes off. I put an O-ring in there, put it back on, presto, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and that seemed to be working. Now I have pumped it this way, but you need to stand it edgeways on its side to put fuel in there, otherwise it's just going to come out everywhere. Once you've got some fuel in there, put your cap on, and that's it. Give it 2 or 3 pumps if you want. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer to you YouTubers, as I've done all the work and everything else, so it's up and running, he says, before firing it up. I did fire it up and got it going. When I got it and done all the repair work, or modifications really, I'm going to offer it to any of you YouTubers. If you want it, I'm prepared to let it go for £30 plus the postage, which I don't know, I suppose probably about £5 or £6, you know. But when you get stuff from Romania, Ukraine and all that, I mean, they charge God knows how much, £24 or something for shipping. Well, it don't cost that. This is just put on the scales, the bloke says blah blah blah, £6 mate, right, okay, away you go. It just all depends what country it's going to. America, yeah, it's pretty expensive. But if it's someone in America that wants one, that sees my YouTube up there, it's going to be about £15 to £20 postage. They are bloody expensive to post to America and Canada. Right, without further ado, so there it is. If you want to, if you are interested in purchasing it, as I say, it's not been used as a camping stove yet. All it's done is I've fired it up to get it to make sure it's working. That's all, and then I turned it off. It's not been used for cooking on whatsoever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to fire it up, and we'll see where we go from there. I'll leave my phone number at the top of the page when I upload it to YouTube, so you can always ring me and contact me. If no one's interested, then I'll have to get my daughter or someone to put it up on eBay, because I don't know how to buy it. Well, I can buy stuff off eBay. I'm not sure how to do it when selling stuff. Right, so that's enough rabbiting on, and I've done a lot of that, haven't I? So without further ado, let's have a go, see what happens here. What's it? That's a light. I've put 2 squirts in there. I think the idea is the jet's in this bit here. The jet is in there. So, and this is just an ordinary, like a copper bit, you know. We put them together. It's got a flange on it, and as soon as you tighten the nut, it makes a seal. It's the same as the 111 stoves. When you bolt them into the tank, it's the same principle. There's no washer or sealer in there. It's just a nice butt finish, flange finish. So I don't know how long this has got to go. I'm going to let that burn for a little bit. So I'm sorry if it's watching paint dry. I could have actually lit that while I was talking, couldn't I? That would have reduce that time down. But what I found when I was pumping this is it was sucking fuel out of the tank and squirting past the piston here. When you pull it out, it was drawing the fuel out as well. I'm thinking, well, that non-return valve is not working right. So took that round. You can unscrew the end of the pump, take it out. There's a brass cap in there, and I think that was round the wrong way, and there's a spring in there. Anyway, I put that in there the other way, screwed it back in. I didn't nip it mega tight, because you've got a nice fat screwdriver you can put on it if you want. And And I thought, right, I'll do that like that. Then I'll put that washer on this big nut as well, because when you push the pump in, there's a washer right at the collar end of the pump. But I thought, well, there's nothing inside that nut. So if it comes up through the pump, it's going to spill out all around the nut. So I put an O-ring in there, and I've nipped it up, and touch wood, when I do it now, it doesn't do anything. Now I've still got quite a bit of fuel in this cup. I've only cracked it open a little bit just to get it, the what's the name, spreaders warmed up a bit. I can turn the light off a bit because sometimes you find you can't see properly. Still get light in here, I should think. Yeah, because when I turned it off before, I noticed you can still see what you're doing. Let's so it's got to warm up that tube to draw the fluid up. It doesn't vaporise anywhere as such. Only when it gets to this bit here, because the heat is going to cause it to do that. I think it's doing that because I've still got meths in the reservoir. Turn it down a bit because you don't need it at that full volume if it's not doing anything. What's happening is the flame's going across the jet, that's why. As soon as that reservoir's empty, I can't empty it out no way. No. Nearly run out anyway in the reservoir. Let's hope it goes. So I thought, well, when it's up and running, it's quite a lovely little stove, but if you're a collector of stoves, and you can get them on eBay and that, they're quite good, but my opinion of it, I've said it before on a previous one over this. Oh, there we go, look. Is come on, get going. I don't know how far it's going to go. There you go, that's your stove for you, mate. As you see it's going. I pumped it. The jet wasn't in line with the hole in there that sends the fuel up to the top there. I lined all that up, so there's quite a few issues with it, and I think other people get those issues as well if they get by one, because it's giving out some heat, that is now, because that's what they are. It's I know you could say it's a cheap man's stove or something, but if you're a collector of stoves, it's a nice little stove. That's how it works. It's quite a big ring. It's got to be got 3.5 inches easy, that ring. Well, it ain't going to take long to boil a kettle up. So I don't know. Let's shut it down a bit and see what happens there. When it decides to, there we go, it's starting to slow down now. You turn it down quite low. Don't have to turn it much. You keep undoing it, it's not making any difference. It doesn't look like an 8R or something where you open the valve up and it roars even more. But that's what you get with these stoves. It doesn't roar, but it's got a nice flame to it. And yeah, fine. I think it's okay. I'm going to turn it off. That's it, take that. And that handle does get a bit warm, you know. I'll be inclined to take that off. Not red hot, but I'll be inclined to take it off when you're letting a kettle boil. But I'm going to let that cool down. So there you have it. Oh, nice little stove. As I say, I'll leave my phone number on the at the top of the page. Just turn my lights back on. Now I'll be able to hear properly. Yeah, I'll leave it on the top of the page. And if you're interested in purchasing it, you can have it. Well, you can, as I said, £30 plus £6 shipping, I think it is. So there you go. But if I put it on eBay, well, it's going to go up. It's not going to be £30. It's going to be more like £40. But bearing in mind, I've done all the work on it where you ain't going to mess around with it. If you bought one brand new one off there, you're going to have all that work to do. Rest assured, in my opinion, you're going to have all that work to do to get it running right, because you'll have fuel all over the place, which I found out. Well, you don't now. So there it is. Without further ado, I love you and leave you. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.